Okay. Important email, not that important. So we're into Elite Wolves versus O24 right now. In again the round of 128 here in the Dota 2 Shanghai Major Open America's Qualifier, all that words and stuff. I'm Pythian. Thanks for watching as always. Still going strong in this cast of the America's Qualifiers. We got a lot of matches to go here, and they've been pretty exciting thus far. Unknown, which is a team with Jo on it, unfortunately had to leave. They lost against a team, so that takes them out of the qualifier. It was pretty exciting watching Jo on Rave when he was doing a couple of matches over in Southeast Asia and in the Korean Dota 2 League. But that's enough now. We'll go to this match between Elite Wolves and Omega. A couple heroes picked up already. We've got the Gyrocopter and the Undying and Dazzle were already picked up. Could be pretty good against the Tusk, which once he goes in that snowball, all you have to do is pretty much put in the tombstone and we've got everybody right there for you. The Ancient Apparition was also picked up, so it takes out some of that healing, but he also has to hit that ult, so we'll see how that goes. We're in the 4th round of picking right now, and we're just waiting for the teams to find out which heroes they're playing. Already into a lot of reserve time for Elite Wolves. Maybe they don't think that they need it. So, Omega going deep into the reserve time here. Let's take a look if I know anybody that's playing still. He's just online. All right. Well, the Juggernaut and the Weaver were picked up by the both teams respectively. Juggernaut, an interesting hero, takes away a lot of that magic damage with his spin if it's up, as well as the Omni Slash to some extent, as he can't really get hit while he's doing that either. So it could do a bit of damage to that Weaver, but he can just time lapse or Chikuchi out of it anyway. So it'll be interesting. Also, not a whole lot of stuns have come out from Omega24, so you don't have too many ways to deal with that Weaver anyway. The Templar Assassin going to get banned out by Omega24. Yeah, Elite Wolves definitely do need that Van mid laner. Last time we saw him, he was on the Dragon Knight. And he was a bit too aggressive there, so even on the Dragon Knight, he managed to die a lot. The Death Prophet was banned out by Elite Wolves. Again, another hero that was reworked in 6.86, but that we have not seen too much. And Elite Wolves, again, went with the first ban Oracle, so they really don't want to play against that hero right now. That'll take us to our last pickup here for both teams. Very little time remaining in reserve for both of them, so we're going to be done with this draft pretty quickly. And it is going to be the Shadow Fiend picked up by the Radiant here. So we'll see what EWolves goes with to fight that. Again, looking to that mid lane, as we'll probably see Evo on the gyrocopter, and Smash on the Weaver. That'll be interesting. Smash is just a player that does so well that it doesn't really matter where you put him, honestly. Last game he was in the off lane and he still managed to dominate, so we'll see how he does in this match. Again, getting pretty close to the end of time here, so we'll see the hero up pretty quickly. And the last hero for EWolves is going to be the Vengeful Spirit. Ooh, interesting. So Van is going to be playing that Vengeful Spirit. He was on the mid lane last time. We'll see if he decides to go there again. And Smash is going to be on the Weaver. So we'll see how this lineup ends up going. Maybe I'm not too familiar with EWolves. Maybe they switch their heroes around in the lanes a little bit. But with that being said, we're going to get it right into this match here between EWolves and O24. Omega24. On the Radiant side, let's introduce them real quick. We've got Magician on the Tusk. We've already got the Shadow Fiend taunt coming out from Sweatpants. We've got JG on the Ancient Apparition. We've got Haas on the Abaddon with a nice set. And the Juggernaut is going to be played by Furl_Thank You Gaming. Sia again with the early ward into the Radiant Jungle. He's going to be on the Undying. Van is going to be playing the Vengeful Spirit, heading already towards that off lane, but he's got 2 shared tangos, so we might see him in the mid lane. Dazzle is going to be played by Masoku. Smash is going to be playing the Weaver, and finally Ewo going towards the top lane on the Gyrocopter. Has 8 tangos already. Probably just likes eating trees.
30 seconds to battle.
Excursion by the Radiant. It's a train of heroes here as they run through the jungle looking for some heroes. They're not smoked up at all. Ewa just being safe, doesn't really want to do anything here. And Masoku gonna run over to that top lane.
The battle begins.
A little bit of nice words here from both teams as Van's gonna pick up that bounty rune, and the Shadow Fiend will get the bounty rune on the other side of the river. It'll be interesting to see this mid lane matchup. Not really something you see too often. A Vengeful Spirit against a Shadow Fiend, but we'll see how Van plays it. He did get ganked quite a bit in the last match. So Vengeful Spirit, when you get into the match, is pretty tanky in terms of effective HP, since her agility gain is so high. And has put the first level into the Vengeance R, so this is going to push the lane a bit. And we'll see. Yeah, she's already got the early denies off. And yep, okay, so Van is pretty comfortable on the Vengeful Spirit, already styling up against the Shadow Fiend, which is extremely important in the early part of the game. And we'll get smacked around a little bit by that Shadow Race, but it doesn't really matter. Already has 5 denies on top of that Shadow Fiend, so it's fine. Shadow Fiend doesn't even have a soul yet. Now he gets his first soul of the game. In terms of the other lanes, we've got Abaddon and Tusk against the Dazzle and Gyrocopter combo. Abaddon taking the creep just low enough so that Gyrocopter can't last hit it and can't just let the tower hit it. And then the bottom lane is going to be Smash on the Weaver and C on the Undying versus the Ancient Apparition and Juggernaut combo. I would say that the Ancient Apparition doesn't do so well against the Weaver. You really need the Chilling Touch to do some damage, and honestly with just 2 it's not that big of a deal. And once Smash gets the levels up, he's going to be doing a lot of damage to that Ancient Apparition. Poison Touch onto the Abaddon, going to get purged off by the Aphotic Shield already. And Shadow Fiend just missing uphill against Van, who right now has only 5 souls. Meanwhile, the Vengeful Spirit doing extremely well against the Shadow Fiend. The Vengeful R just does so much work in the early game. against a Shadow Fiend especially. The Tusk got the creeps from the ancient camp. How is he doing this? Vengeful Spirit with a stun onto Sweatpants. Sweatpants taking a lot of damage, and he's going to get away okay. How is the Tusk getting the creeps onto the lower ground? He's obviously using the Ice Shards, but I don't know what it is. Van just hanging out in the trees a little bit, does some damage to Magician. Van on the Vengeful Spirit has so much damage available. It's kind of ridiculous. Meanwhile, it's another pause as we have a dive onto the bottom lane. Alright, first blood comes on to JG on the Ancient Apparition, and now the Juggernaut, he's trapped himself in the trees. The tower is going to continue to get pushed by the zombies, and now Smash, he's just going to put the damage onto the creeps, as Sweatpants, with the help of the Tusk, did take out the Vengeful Spirit in the mid lane. So it's a 1-for-1, but the first blood was taken on the bottom lane. However, Van, again, was the second blood, so it's just something he has a habit of doing, I guess. Haas has taken a lot of damage. He's going to get poison touched up by the Dazzle, and now the Aphotic Shield cancels off that. And Masoku took a couple of ice picks in the back from the Tusk. Now the Undying has rotated over to the mid lane Van, chasing the Shadow Fiend away, who now has 22 souls. There's a stun. Sweatpants will find the bounty rune, and he's going to activate it, and he's forced to go up to the top lane a little bit. Meanwhile, in the jungle, JG has taken a little bit of a bug on the Schlong, and the Shikuchi of the Weaver finishes him off. So that's Smash already with 2 kills early in the game, and this is just not the player you want to be giving those kills to. He's going to take them, and then he will rub your face in them, and rubbing your face in kills is not very fun. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Shadow Fiend getting surrounded. He will go down to the Vengeful Spirit, and now here comes the Ancient Apparition trying to run up against Van, who is pretty slow, only 300 move speed. He's going to get slowed down even more, and now the Ice Shards comes through. Tusk comes through with a snowball. Undying is here, and he's going to smack Magician in the face. There's a stun and the minus armor, and now the Juggernaut comes in from the side. Van, you got to get out of this. Van, you're going to go down, and now the Undying, he's trying to get away as Veil, going to get hit by the Ice Shards, but he's popped to the other side. So he'll stay alive. Evo comes through with the Rocket Barrage. Haas, not yet level 6, denies himself with the Mist Coil. But that just leaves the Weaver to solo push on the bottom lane. So a couple of kills here around the map. EWolves still taking the lead there. And I don't think suicides count anymore towards the kill score. Masoku over in the trees does a little bit of harass damage, but Evo, he is almost level 5. Here comes the Poison Touch on the Haas, going to purge that off with the Aphotic Shield. Smash continues to use the Shikuchi to harass. And he activated an Arcane Rune. What is it with Smash in his bottle on Weaver? JG taking a lot of damage. He has a time lapse available. JG about to go down. Uses the time lapse to get out. Smash, he's doing the damage here. He's right under the Sentry ward. And also with that Arcane Rune, it's pretty fine. And now the Weaver, in a lot of trouble, goes into the trees to do the damage to the Juggernaut who's trying to get out. The healing ward gets taken out by Smash. Smash puts the damage onto the back of the Juggernaut. He's doing everything he can to stay alive, but Smash, he's just going to take him out. Smash is dominating once again. Meanwhile, the Shadow Fiend on the mid lane does go down to Van. Van just doing absolute havoc to that Shadow Fiend, and Van pretty much going to the phase boots build right away here. Smash, probably working towards the power treads here. Already has the bottle available. And now the Juggernaut has made his way back to the bottom lane. I would like to see Smash do a little bit more damage here. He had a lot of trouble taking the Juggernaut down in that bottom lane engagement in the trees. And now Van comes in through the back. They find the Tusk, and the Tusk's going to get stunned out under the tower. Magician, though, he could do the damage here. Ice Shard, Snowball, and the Shadow Rage will finish off the Vengeful Spirit. Too far in there by Van. And now Smash, he's just doing some damage on the bottom lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
Masoku and Evo just pushing around in the bottom lane, the top lane rather. And they've gotten the tower down to half health. Meanwhile, the Juggernaut, he's going to have to be pretty safe underneath his tier 1 tower as the Tombstone has come out from the Undying. Meanwhile, we have a 2-man rotation. Abaddon denies the top tower, and he's trying to get out. The call down comes out and doesn't go down, but he does go down to the last call down hit. So we'll just go to the bottom lane. It was a 2-for-1 on the top. And the stun comes out from Van. JG in trouble. He's going to get the Shikuchi damage. Just kidding. Mega kill for Smash. And Juggernaut on the other side of the trees. Alright, Smash already has a Midas. Cool. Undying with the Undying smack onto the creeps. And now the Omni Slash canceled by the Jug, not in range of Van. And now Van, he doesn't have the stun just yet. Here's the swap, and now the Sweatpants, he's in trouble. Gonna get the Dazzle. Aphotic Shield doesn't really matter. And now Haas, he's in trouble as well. He's not level 6 yet either. And now Evo comes in from the side. He's gonna get the Juggernaut ult, but Juggernaut, now he's in trouble. Oh, damn, look at that Dazzle damage. And now Evo, he's trying to run away. Puts the damage on. Tusk is going to Ice Shards himself out on top of that hill. And then he's going to go down. Van going to get procced by the Cold Feet. And JG in the end goes down to the Geminate attack by the Weaver. Tier 1 tower are about to go down. And this is what we saw in the first game. They just push their advantage and then they keep going. EWolves showing their strength here. And the Weaver about to have those power treads we talked about earlier. Meanwhile, the rest of EWolves, they rotate over towards the mid lane. They could take that tier 1 tower if they set their sights to it, but they're just going to sit back and farm for a second here. As Ewo sees the bounty rune, going to leave it for Van. As Weaver finds a double damage rune. That is not the hero you want to have a double damage rune. Does so much damage early for the Weaver, especially with the Geminate attack. Meanwhile, there's going to be a call down on the Sweaty Pants. Why are you there, Sweaty Pants? Put the Shadow Rage damage on the Evo. Evo gonna miss that one, but Van ends up helping out the Gyrocopter on the top lane. Good teamwork there. Meanwhile, with the double damage rune, the Weaver takes out the Ancient Apparition easily in the jungle. That's probably the easiest hero to take out for Smash, especially with that double damage rune. Vengeful Spirit finds a stun on the Magician. Magician uses a snowball, but he's in trouble. Smash comes in with the Geminate attack. Now he's going to use the Shikuchi to get forward. Magician goes into the trees. Magician about to go down. Weaver is godlike. And Smash, he is 9-0. 11 minutes into the game. At this point, there's not too much that can take down Smash. He's got that time lapse anyway. And the rest of EWolves setting up the push onto that mid tier 1 tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Abaddon walks forward with the Aphotic Shield. And they're going to stave off that push for just a moment on the mid lane. Smash roaming over to the bottom rune spot. He's going to just wait for that rune. And he's going to find the Arcane Rune, and he also has that Hand of Midas available. to get a little bit more gold. He is working towards that Desolator, early Desolator. He will be 1,400 gold away from that. So he'll probably get it around 15 minutes. Sounds like a good guess. So right now we just have a little bit of a Mexican standoff on the mid lane. Van could come in with the swap. Van gets the swap. The Juggernaut tries to get away with the spin. He is going to, so that probably wasn't the best guy to swap in, but who really cares? He's forced to use it, and that just leaves the Weaver with more time to push on the bottom lane. Here comes Sia with a decay onto Abaddon. And E was also sitting there on the mid lane. Weaver continues to push bottom. And then there's a smoke from EWolves as they go in through the river. Not really interested in contesting this at all, but they don't really have the position anymore as they're going to go in through the bottom. Van comes in the backside. JG, he's in trouble, but the stun goes out onto Sweatpants. There's a call down. Going to hit basically on 3. The Shadow Phoenix in the middle of everything. It does some damage, but he's dead already. And now Masoku about to TP out with the Shallow Grave. In the end, it's a full 5-man team wipe, and GG's called. All right. Well, 13 and a half minute GG.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
13 and a half minute GG for EWolves as an easy match through the round of 128. And let's check real quick to see if their next match is ready or not. Yeah, their next match is already ready, so we might hop right into that one.